And good evening, everyone, and welcome in to the UFC Fight Cards podcast presented by Orange Fire Media. And I am your host, Russ Renault, and I want to apologize for getting started a little bit late here tonight. Had a few little technical difficulties, but worked our way through it, and now we're ready to go. So, coming up on tonight's show, we've got more of this case of 2023 Panini Prizm, and we are ready to get into these. And also this week, picked up a few of the retail boxes there, as you can see. So we've got three of those. We're going to open one tonight. We'll open the other two in the next couple of weeks, but we're going to open one hobby box, one retail box. We'll get to the retail box first. But first things first, I just want to introduce the show. If you're watching this for the first time, I really appreciate you dropping in. And we'll tell you what the show is all about. We opened up UFC cards and we talk about fights. We'll talk about last night's event. And then we'll go through a little bit of the schedule for, the rest of the summer. We'll get into a lot of the fights that have been announced here in the past week or so. We do that every week. And so just to keep an eye on what's going on in the sport. So it's a lot of fun, and that's what we do every week. And what we want to do is just bring people in. You may not want to buy into a break. Budget may be a little bit tight. And this is a place that you can come. There's no obligation to buy into a break. That's not what we do. This is just, we'll open up the cards on the show, and you can reach out to me and get in touch with me if you want something. Let me know if there's somebody that you PC. I'll open up the chat here. So you can tell me your name, where you're listening from, who you collect, and I'll keep an eye out for it. So I like to keep that in mind, just to know who everybody's looking for. I've got a group of people who are pretty faithful watchers, listeners, and they let me know, and I just kind of keep that in mind as I go along. And I have a list, so if you want to be on it, let me know. My email address, really easy to get in touch with, russ@orange-fire.com. It's my email address, and you can find me on social media. It is @FightCardsRuss or @OrangeFireMedia. You can also find me on Facebook, Russ Renault, Reneau, and Orange Fire Media. We've got all of those covered, and you can reach out to me at any of those if there's something that you are interested in. So with that, as we go along, and if you want to reach out, be more than happy to answer any questions. If you have any questions, drop those in the chat as well. What we like to do, we like to be the family-friendly UFC show that we know that kids collect cards. They're just getting into it, and we want this to be a place where they can come and hang out and enjoy the show with you. And we keep it clean, and we'll just talk about cards and fights and how those fights relate to the hobby and how things are moving forward. So at the end of the show, we'll open up these boxes of cards. We kind of do a little preview of the fights, and then we get into opening the cards later on. One thing we do like to do before we open the cards is get to our hobby top 5. That is our top 5 fighters in the hobby right now. So we like to get into that list and just talk about who everybody's looking for in these packs, and we'll talk about those as we go along. So let's get into it. Let's talk about last night's fight card. We'll talk about the fight night from Las Vegas and another Apex event. And the main event was Mackenzie Dern against Angela Hill, a strawweight matchup in the women's division. Number 7 Mackenzie Dern against number 14 Angela Hill. And what a show by Mackenzie Dern. Just took it to Angela Hill. Except for the second round, Mackenzie Dern dominated the rest of the fight. Started off strong in the first, knocking Hill down, and then Hill got a little bit back into it in the second round, but from the third to the fifth, it was just all Mackenzie Dern. That third round, if you look at the significant strikes, it was Mackenzie Dern 41-1 on significant strikes, had 11 minutes of ground control, so just a dominant performance by Mackenzie Dern to get a unanimous decision. And she rocked Angela Hill a few times. And I think if Mackenzie Dern had just kept going at her on the feet, I think she could have finished her on the feet. But she has that jiu-jitsu, and she wanted the submission, and she just couldn't find it. So had Angela Hill close and on the ropes a whole bunch of times in the third through the fifth round, but had to go to the scorecards, and they weren't even close. Some 10-8 rounds in there, and just a great performance by Mackenzie Dern. She was very open this week, going through a divorce. She was very angry, and she really took that out on Angela Hill. So what a great show for her, and her stock rose this week. We have seen it already in the hobby that Mackenzie Dern's prices went up after last night. So I've already seen that a little bit today. People throwing their Mackenzie Dern cards out there and see what kind of bites they can get on those. So in the co-main event, had a middleweight matchup. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez defeating Edmund Shabazian. They TKO in the third round. Anthony Hernandez, it was a pretty even fight to start off with. Shabazian looked good in the first round. Kind of caught Hernandez a couple of times. But then second round, you could tell Shabazian was getting tired. In the third round, just couldn't even defend himself anymore. And referee had to call a stoppage to the fight. So good show there by Anthony Hernandez, a rookie in these 2023 products. So we're looking out for more good things out of him. And with it being a fight night, we don't usually go through the whole card, kind of just hit the highlights, because I like to get into the cards as quickly as possible, but we do have to do a little bit of a preview on the show since we all are called fight cards, kind of a double meaning with talking about fights and opening cards. So what else we have last night? Lupe Godinez defeating Emily Ducote. Diego Ferreira. I have an autograph card of Diego Ferreira if anybody's interested in that. He defeated Michael Johnson in a second round TKO lightweight division matchup. And just one of the things, Karolina Kowalkiewicz getting back on the winning track in the women's strawweight division. She looked good. Who else? Chase Hooper. Got a cracked ice of Chase Hooper if you're looking for that one. He got a good win over Nick Fiore, moving up to the lightweight division. Says he feels more comfortable there. Just that weight cut was really taking its toll on him, and so really getting into a good spot in the lightweight division. So good things out of Chase Hooper. I think one of the good stories last night, and I just saw reading today, is you saw Themba Gorimbo defeat Takashi Soto in a unanimous decision in the welterweight division, and Gorimbo showed that he had $7.39 in his Bank of America account prior to that win last night, and he was living off of UFC meals and really relying on his teammate Colby Covington. Colby Covington coming through and taking care of Gorimbo to get ready for this fight, and now he's got a little bit more cash in that bank account, so good for him. Great story coming out of that, and he just said if you just see the stuff about Colby Covington, on social media, and you just see the outward, brashness of Colby, it's a character, and that's not really who he is. He's just a great guy, and really took care of him during that fight camp, and now, hopefully bigger and better things coming up for him. So the interesting thing is next week we do not have a UFC event, but we'll have a show. We'll have a show on Sunday. We're here at 9 o'clock every Sunday night, and you can catch us. You can subscribe. I'll talk about that in a little bit. There are incentives for subscribing, and they are coming. I promise, just a little bit slower than I wanted to, but these things take time, and I just appreciate all the people who have been here from the beginning, and that this just continues to grow. And you let me know. You let me know what you think, how we can grow this more, what your thoughts are, and your feedback, and maybe the better cards that we open up, the more the show will grow. So no event next week. So we'll just kind of preview the fights that are coming up. So it'll be a really quick preview, and then we'll get into cards really quickly next week. So the next event we have is on June 3rd. It's another fight night from the Apex, and that is Kai Kara France, number 3 ranked flyweight, taking on the number 7 ranked flyweight, Amir Albazi. So then we've got Alex Caceres, number 15 ranked featherweight, against Daniel Pineda, and another ranked fighter on that card, Tim Elliott, against Victor Altamirano. And if Tim Elliott takes the Mackenzie Dern divorce rage, then Victor Altamirano Altamirano is in for a tough night. Tim Elliott going through some things publicly as well. So watch out for that one. Now we'll kind of get through some of the fights that were announced this week and some really big cards coming up. We kind of like to run through and just hit the highlights on those as well. I'm not going to go through every fight that was announced, just kind of the big ones. But we'll start off, we'll get into UFC 289. We already know that card. We've been through it. But Amanda Nunes against Irene Aldana for the women's bantamweight title. Charles Oliveira, Beneil Dariush, a top 5 matchup in the lightweight division. Then we go to Fight Night June 17th at the Apex. That is Jared Cannonier, Marvin Vettori, a top 5 middleweight matchup. And announced that card kind of filled out this week. So we'll hit the highlights on that one. So we got number 8 lightweight Arman Tsarukyan will be taking on Joaquim Silva. Also added to that card, Armin Petrosian and Christian Leroy Dunklin in the middleweight division. I think those were the big ones. Then another Fight Night, June 24th in Jacksonville. Main event, Josh Emmett and Ilya Topuria, top 10 matchup in the featherweight division. The co-main event, number 9 women's strawweight, Amanda Hebus against number 11 Macy Barber. Also, a few ranked fighters on that card. You go down the card a little bit. One of the big rookies in this year's product, Tabitha Baby Shark Ricci, number 15 against Jillian Robertson, another women's strawweight matchup. One card that really hasn't been announced yet is the July 1st card. We know the main event at the Apex is going to be Sean Strickland, number 7 middleweight against Abbas Magomedov, but nothing else on that one yet. But UFC 290 for International Fight Week at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, we know that that is going to be Alexander Volkanovski, the featherweight champion, is going to be putting that title on the line against the interim champion, Yair Rodriguez. And then the co-main event, Brandon Moreno against Alexander Pantoja, the number 2 ranked flyweight. Then another great matchup in the middleweight division is Robert Whittaker against Dracus du Plessis. Then a nice lightweight matchup between number 10 Jalen Turner and number 11 Dan Hooker. And rounding out that card is the biggest rookie in this whole 2023 product is Bo Nickel taking on Tresean Gore. And you kind of go down the card a little bit. You even got number 9 Sean Brady against number 14 Jack Della Maddalena in the welterweight division. So and Jack Della Maddalena, he's really highly sought after as well in these 2023 Prizm. I haven't seen one yet though. I don't have a Bo Nickel, have not gotten a Maddalena yet. But hopefully tonight that changes. Then what else we got? Fight Night on July 15th, another Apex event. Going to be the number 3 ranked women's bantamweight, former champion Holly Holm, taking on number 10 Mayra Bueno Silva. And rumored fights, not on the card yet, but Rafael dos Anjos against Vicente Luque in the welterweight division. Then another card that's starting to fill out in the last week or so, July 22nd, Fight Night in London. Big interest for me as being a Tom Aspinall collector. Number 5 Tom Aspinall against the number 10 ranked heavyweight Marcin Tybura. And the co-main event right now, women's flyweight division, Molly McCann against Julia Stolarenko. And down the card a little bit in the women's bantamweight division, a top 10 matchup between number 4 Ketlin Vieira and number 7 Pani Kianzad. Then another card that's starting to take shape and just really shaping up this week, UFC 291, July 28th in Salt Lake City. Number 2 Dustin Poirier against number 3 Justin Gaethje in the lightweight division. The co-main event in the light heavyweight division, number 3 Jan Blachowicz against Alex Pereira, making his light heavyweight debut. Also got Tony Ferguson, Bobby Green on that card. Paulo Costa, number 5 middleweight, is taking on Ikram Aleskarov. We got Stephen Thompson against Michel Pereira. Derek Lewis back in action. Michael Chiesa and Kevin Holland going at it. So UFC 291 really looks good right now. We also know that UFC 292, August 19th in Boston, is supposed to be the bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling against the number 2 ranked contender, Sugar Sean O'Malley. I'll have some thoughts on that as we go along. Then in the women's strawweight division, got the champion Zhang Wei Li against number 4 Amanda Lemos. And we also know that UFC 293 is on September 9th, and UFC 294 is on October 22nd in Abu Dhabi. Don't know where the September 9th event is, rumored to be in Australia. So I think that one's the one that's set for Sydney. But we'll get more confirmation as we go along. So that is our review of the schedule. And so now we will set our sights on opening up some cards. So let's first get into our hobby top 5. I think my note panel fell off, but I think I can remember it from here. Just give me just a second. All right. So we get into the hobby top 5. And again, this is the top 5 fighters in the hobby right now, not the top 5 pound for pound. We are just talking about how it relates to cards. And so this is unchanged. These new products came out, and there's really no reason to change it right now. So number 5 is Alex Pereira, and he would have been number 1 if he were still the middleweight champion. But losing that fight to Izzy knocks him down a little bit. Just seeing trends in the hobby with prices and breaks, cards that are offered, what people are asking for cards. That kind of determines our top 5. So number 4 to me, and the first female fighter we've had on this list, is Erin Blanchfield. And a lot of people want to collect Erin Blanchfield, feels that she is going to be the next champion in that division. So looking for big things from Erin Blanchfield. We've pulled a few base cards of Erin Blanchfield, but nothing too big yet. Number 3, some recent rookies. This one from 2021, Hamzat Chimaev's number 3. 2022 product, number 2, is Shavkat Rakhmonov. And the number 1 fighter in our hobby top 5, this has been unchanged ever since this product came out, and that is Bo Nickel. So I haven't seen a Bo Nickel out of these yet. We've opened 3 boxes. Tonight will be our 4th, and so we're really looking forward to that and seeing if we can finally get some Bo Nickel and some Jack Della Maddalena. So I'm going to get some of these cards out of the way, and we're just going to leave 1 box of retail and 1 box of hobby. So make some room. So that's what we have left. That's what we're going to open tonight. So we're going to put that hobby box up there. I know it's just an appetizer with this retail box. But what I do want to do, I like to do this every week, is I kind of want to look back at what we've pulled so far. And I'm just going to go through the autographs and the numbered cards that we've pulled. I do have some more Hyper and some Blue Wave and some Ruby Wave cards that I'm not going to go through tonight because we have enough other colored and numbered cards to go through. So have this redemption card of BJ Penn. I need to redeem that so we can get this in as quickly as possible. Just been selling a lot of stuff, and like I said, if you see anything that you want, email me, russ@orange-fire.com. Just get in touch with me on social media at FightCardsRuss or at OrangeFireMedia. Find me on Facebook, Russ Renault, Reneau, or Orange Fire Media. All of that works. And just send me a message if you want anything. This is also available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. And I know some of you might be listening. And if you can always come back on the YouTube channel and go to the feed. If you hear something that you're interested in, go back and take a look at it and then get in touch with me. And we can work things out from there. But I just want to put these cards in the hands of people who collect these fighters, and that's our goal here. We're not trying to get the get the highest price for every card necessarily. We do want to keep the show going, so we do want to make a little bit of money, but we really want to get cards in your hands. So that's the BJ Penn Redemption. We got the Tank Abbott Silver, Prizm Auto, Matt Hughes Base Auto, I'm going to move this so I can see his chat box a little bit better. Sorry about that. So we got a Jake Matthews Silver Rookie Auto, Chris Curtis Base Auto, but we've also got a Chris Curtis Blue, which is numbered to 175. I like to keep those cards together, just base Chris Curtis. Never got the lowest card number that we have is the Damon Jackson Octagon Prizm. That is numbered to 8. So that's 2 of 8. That is our case hit so far. It's our lowest numbered card. And then we've got the Tabitha Ricci Orange, numbered to 99. That's a pretty good one. And then we got 3 Baby Shark base cards after that. Also got a Jonathan Pierce Orange Rookie. Get into our purples. Henry Cejudo. And these are numbered to 149. Tisha Torres. Nasruddin Imavov, rookie, purple. Mario Bautista. And Amanda Lemos. Could be the next strawweight champion. And then we get into our blues. These are numbered to 175. Shavkat Rakhmonov. Jorge Masvidal. Aliaskhab Kareev, rookie. Mario Bautista. We get into our reds that are numbered to 199. Sugar Sean O'Malley. Light heavyweight champion Jamal Hill. Jairzinho Rosenstrike. Volkan Ozdemir. So those are all of our numbered and autographed cards that we've pulled out of the first 3 boxes, and now we're ready to get into a box of retail, and then we'll get into the 4th box of hobby. It's just fun to just see what you can pull out of a box of retail. I don't have a whole lot of luck with it, and if I don't have better luck with it, then we may have to just stick with the hobby boxes from now on. But I do like to show everybody what's out there, because you may not buy a whole lot of products, may not buy any, but you just come to the show to see what I pull out of here, and so it is good to see something else. There are a few different variations, I think, that are retail specific. They definitely are in select, as all the retail cards are a different color than the other base cards. So here we go. Here is this retail box that we're going to open first. So if you can sit tight through this, see if we get anything good out of here. Like I said, I haven't had a lot of luck. I think I got 1 numbered card out of a whole bunch of retail boxes last year. 6 packs, 4 cards per pack. So here we go. Retail box. Pat Sabatini, Vicente Luque, Robert Whitaker, and look at that. Shavkat Rakhmonov in green. So another color to add, not numbered, but it does not hurt to have another Shavkat. It's about as good as you can do, according to my list, outside of Bo Nickel. So we'll go back through all of our hits at the end of the show. Again, if you're listening for the first time, please subscribe because it will be worth your while one of these days. We're going to be giving away 7 fighter lots when we reach 100 subscribers. We're at 49 right now. So if you enjoy the show and you know somebody else that will enjoy the show, get them to subscribe. They'll never miss a show. You get an alert. We're on at 9 o'clock Central every Sunday night. This is our 17th week, and we open a hobby box every week. So when we reach 100 subscribers, we'll give away those 7 fighter lots, and they are all former champions, current champions, people who have fought for the belt. We've got a numbered card in each of those lots. So we'll tell you it's John Jones, Jan Blachowicz, Glover Teixeira, Justin Gaethje, Robert Whitaker, and on the female side, Holly Holm and Miesha Tate. And there's actually 2 numbered Miesha Tate cards in there. So please subscribe, and we'll be giving those away. We're going to give away to 7 different subscribers, and that's just my way of thanking everybody for coming by and to show you that this show is for you, and that we just want you to come and be entertained and actually, come away with some cards. So here we go. Jack Hermanson, Damon Jackson, rookie. And then we've got an Ignacio Bahamondes, cracked ice. And a Chuck Liddell, fearless. I do have a lot of stuff listed on eBay right now if you're interested in that. It's called Orange Fire Lots of Lots. This is the store name. My username is RussR4. We've got a lot of stuff listed right now. Just trying to get rid of the 2022 stuff so I can start listing the 2023 stuff. I'd rather sell directly to you guys, but just eBay's just been the route right now. So I do want to throw that out there that there's cards up there. So just get in touch with me, and there's some really good stuff on there. Still have the Henry Cejudo Jumbo Walkout Pants card, number 3 of 4 from Immaculate. There we go. Raul Rosas Jr., Charles Oliveira, Ketlin Vieira, and a BJ Penn green. There we go. Amanda Nunes, Jan Blachowicz, Alexa Grasso, cracked ice. There's a champion in there. And Rose Namajunas, dominance. Two more packs out of this retail, then we get to the hobby box. Shavkat Rakhmonov, Jailton Almeida, big winner from last week over Jairzinho Rosenstrike, Darren Till, and a Karine Silva rookie card, silver Prizm. We put together a lot of lots. Obviously, that's where the name of the store came from. And so, when you buy a card from me, you usually end up with a lot more than what we agreed on. I will throw as much stuff of that fighter as I can in there. Brandon Moreno, Manon Fiorot, Chris Gutierrez, cracked ice rookie, and a Habib Nurmagomedov, all out. And I do like kind of mix it up. Sometimes in these hobby boxes, you'll get a run of kind of the same thing. And, I've already run into 2 Yuri Prochazka hypers this year, out of 3 boxes. So sometimes just kind of mix it up because I don't think I have a Habib all out yet. So that was our shot at retail. Went about as expected for me. So let's now get into the main event here with the hobby box. Like I said, if you're listening, watching, drop a note in the chat. Let me know where you're listening from. We are from Houston. And we're here every Sunday at 9 Central. Okay, we're trying to top the Damon Jackson Octagon Prizm. That's of 8, and that's our leader in the clubhouse on the case hit. So one other thing I want to remind you about before we get to this, sorry for the suspense. If you want to be a friend of the show, I'd really appreciate your help. I do have these business card QR codes that go directly to the show, and we'll take somebody there to subscribe. If you want some of these, I can send them to you. I will send them to you for free. Just let me know. Get in touch with me. Like I said, the email address, russ@orange-fire.com, and I'll get these to you, and may include a card too. So tell me who you collect, and would really appreciate everybody's help just spreading the word and getting these out there. And like I said, that QR code will go directly to the show, and anybody you run into can subscribe. So let me know if you want to be a friend of the show. Would really appreciate your help. All right, enough of that. That's what you came here for. Had a lot of legend autos, so kind of want to end that run. Here we go. I'm going to pull that back card from the front because I always know that it's going to be disappointing compared to whatever Prizm, whatever auto that we pull. So GSP, Hall Monitors, Abubakar Nurmagomedov, Dominic Cruz, Brian Ortega, Adrian Yanez, John Castaneda, Sean O'Malley, Molly McCann, Andre Petrosky, Tisha Torres, and we got a Jeremiah Wells orange. Those are numbered 299. That was number 10. So a lot of the Prizms that we've pulled out of these boxes have been rookies. Pretty interesting. There we go with a Ruby Wave of Song Yadong. Those are not numbered. The Ruby Wave a little more plentiful than the blue. There we go, pack number 2. And let's see, let's pull this back one first. TJ Dillashaw Dominance. And Chan Sung Jung, Korean Zombie. Alexander Pantoja. Jairzinho Rosenstrike. Ignacio Bahamondes. Pulled that cracked ice earlier out of the retail packs. Michael Chandler, Jennifer Maya, Stipe Miocic, Panay Kianzad, Cody Durden, and we've got a Paul Craig Silver. Paul Craig, a rookie in the 2022 product. and a Gilbert Burns Ruby Wave. I do want to let you know that we do have 8 of these hobby boxes left. But the Donruss product is dropping here in the next couple weeks. About 3 weeks away. Should have those by the June 10th show. So we'll probably start opening some of that Donruss product first, just, because it'll be new and give us a little break from the Prizm. And then we'll open those, and then maybe we'll open some together. Maybe we'll open a box of each that first week, and then we'll kind of save up the Prizm, get through the Donruss, and then we'll see when the next products come out. So here we go, pack number 3. George St. Pierre Dominance. Frankie Edgar, Paulo Costa, Alex Volkanovski, Yana Kutsakaya, now Yana Santos. We got Dominic Reyes, Brock Lesnar, Alatin Gailey, back to back. Look at that. See, I told you, sometimes these packs are loaded. You end up with stuff like that. Justin Gaethje, Randy Brown Silver, and we've got a champion auto coming up next. Let's see who it is. DC, Daniel Cormier, champion signatures. That is a base. That's the first DC auto I've pulled. Sorry, my arm in the way. Pull some of these penny sleeves out. That's nice. Got a purple from Chronicles last year. That's for sale. That's up on eBay right now. So Randy Brown, rookie. Got a little excited seeing the auto. But yeah, none of our autos have been numbered yet. Got a couple of silvers with the Jake Matthews and the Tank Abbott, but neither one were numbered. All right, so here's the back card. Brandon Moreno, Dominance. Israel Adesanya. Nasruddin Imavov. Anthony Smith. Yuri Prochazka. Another Aaron Blanchfield. We'll take those. Saeed Nurmagomedov. Macy Barber. Kamaru Usman. Islam Makhachev, and we got a Johnny Walker purple. That's numbered to 149. Big win over Anthony Smith last week. And got a Jared Cannonier Ruby Wave. All right, here we go. So the back card, Anderson Silva, Fearless. We got Amanda Nunes, Jan Blachowicz, Shavkat Rakhmonov. Haven't seen this pack before. Brandon Moreno, Manon Fiorot. Oh, there we go. There's our first one. First one of these boxes. Jack Della, Madalena. So there we go. Finally got one of those. There we go, DC. And there we go, Bo Nickel. They're in the same pack. We figured it out. Bo Nickel and Jack Della Madalena are in the same pack. So we just got to remember that. Hadn't had any of those up to now, but there we go. Nice. And we got Amanda Ribas. Look at that. Ignacio Bahamondes blue. Number 175. Then we had a cracked ice and something else already today. All those today. It's interesting. And the last card, Hyper Prizm, Pat Sabatini. Like I said, more rookie colors. That's what our case is. It would be nice if Bo and Jack in there were color. Let's go ahead and sleeve these up. I know they're base cards, but still pretty sought after. Hopefully run into a couple more of those. Two of the big rookies in this product, and should be getting close to having all of the rookies. There are only a few that we're missing. So after this one, we'll be halfway through this box. Let's pull out that back card again. So we got a Tai Tuivasa all out. Pat Sabatini. Jack Hermanson. Damon Jackson. Raul Rosas Jr. Thought those were going to be really big. They've taken a little bit of a hit, but he's got plenty of time to bounce back. But we've got about 5 of these. Oh, look at there. First one of these two. Hasbullah Magomedov. Those are fetching a little bit for a base card, but now we've really done it. Really starting to hit the jackpot with these rookies. Not something I'm too into this year, and that he didn't make our hobby top 5. He's not a fighter, so but we can fetch something for that. Uros Medic. Renat Fakhretdinov. Don't have one of those yet either. Guarantee that. Casey O'Neill. Carol Hossa. Then we've got Silver, Piera Rodriguez, and a Blue Wave Terrence McKinney. So we actually pulled the orange Terrence McKinney. And somebody already wanted that, so that's already out the door. I'll be reaching out again to see if they want this one. Sold a lot of stuff this week, and I really appreciate that because it all goes back into the show. Just so everybody knows that's clear, that all that goes back into the show and getting products for this year. And that's what keeps us going. So just know where exactly everything's going if you buy anything. And also, I've told people that have reached out and have bought things from the show that, I have that list of what everybody PCs as we're halfway through this box. And if you buy something, you're going to have first dibs on that fighter going forward, as long as it's not multiple people, but you'll both get each of you, however many of you there are, you're gonna get first dibs on this because you watch the show and you support me. So that's how I try to give back, just by giving you the best deal, giving you the first shot at something you've already bought. So just know that I'm going to take care of you the best that I can. So here we go, halfway through, and got one auto out of the way. Have found the rest of the rookies we were looking for. Wouldn't mind getting a few more of those. So here we go. I think we've got our other auto in here as well. So here we go. John Jones, Dominance. Umar Nurmagomedov. Raquel Pennington. Javi Basharat, rookie. Stephen Thompson. Jamal Hill. Matt Hughes. Got an auto of Matt Hughes already, so whoever gets that will also get that base. Josiane Nunez. Holly Holm. Cyril Gahn. Tony Gravely, silver. So let's put that aside. And we've got a Chris Gutierrez, red auto. Another rookie, colored, and this one's numbered to 99. Number 88 of 99, Chris Gutierrez. So not bad. Our other rookie auto was a base. Well, we've actually had three. And the Chris Curtis base, and we've got a Jake Matthews silver. So kind of piling up the rookies there, as I'd said. There's another one, the Tony Gravely silver. All right. So both of our autos are out of the way on this box. So now we're just looking for low numbers at this point. So Magomed Ankalaev, all out. Azamat Mirzakhanov, rookie. Don't know if we have one of those yet. Lucas Almeida. George St. Pierre. Piotr Jan. Mateus Nicolau. Vicente Luque. Robert Whitaker. Charles Oliveira. Ketlin Vieira. And we've got a purple, and it is Rob Font. Numbered to 149. And a Jack Hermanson hyper. All right. Down to 4 packs here. Okay. Stipe Miocic, all out. And I do want to send a shout out to Ian Colmer for buying that Stipe Miocic lot that I've been showing off at the beginning of the show. Just really thank Ian for taking that. I thought it was a great deal. 6 numbered cards, 2 autos, 2 numbered to 25 or less. Really good lot. And if I collected Stipe, that would have been a great starting point. So hope Ian enjoys it and really appreciate that. So Stipe Miocic, Nikita Krylov, Marcin Tybura, Leon Edwards, Tatsuro Taira, Derek Brunson, Merab Dvalishvili, Jared Cannonier, Song Yadong, Norman Dumont, and another Song Yadong, but this one's red. That is $199, and a hyper of Pedro Munoz. All right, here we go. 2 packs left after this. Once you get both of the autos, it's kind of a letdown. But there we go. Daniel Cormier, Fearless, building up a little DC lot here. That's a good one. The auto, Juliana Pena, Valentina Shevchenko, Rob Font, Carla Esparza, Jailton Almeida, Darren Till, Bilal Muhammad, Luana Pinheiro, Jeff Neal, got a Kaikar France Silver, and Mike Malott Ruby Wave. There's nothing numbered in there. I said this last week. It's so hard just not to tear through the rest of these boxes of Prizm. You just want to find, the best card that you can in there. But being patient, because it's a long year and got a lot of product to go through. And we promised that we'd open a hobby box every week, and so then we're going to stick to that. So the Donruss cases, they're not 12 boxes, they're 10. So we'll be looking for those in the next couple of weeks. So that Daniel Cormier Fearless is a silver. It does say Prizm on the back, and I knew it was a little bit shinier than the others we'd seen so far. So I guess we need to sleeve that one up as well. In all these products, we'll package each of the fighters up as a lot. But we'll kind of make smaller ones as we go along. If they don't sell, though, we'll keep adding to it, just like we did with our giveaway lots. This just kept growing and growing. That John Jones lot's over 20 cards now. Back card first. Alexander Volkanovski, Fearless. Martin Bude, Rookie. Josh Emmett. Henry Cejudo. Anderson Silva, Marina Rodriguez, Lauren Murphy, Philip Rowe rookie card, Aliskov Kareev, Zhang Wei Li, and we've got a Matt Schnell silver and a Matthew Simmelsberger blue wave. What'll be really fun is when we get the Donruss in and we can open 2 hobby boxes in one show. Looking forward to that. I know people, knock the Donruss product, but there's got to be a price point for everybody, right? Hobby boxes aren't cheap. But if you're just getting into the hobby, a lot of people will tell you just don't buy boxes of anything. Pick your fighter and buy singles. It's a good strategy, but there's a lot of stuff out there. And if you pick, everybody's favorite fighter, me looking at the Tom Aspinall prices here lately, they're pretty high. So it makes it a little bit tougher when you're battling with everybody else. So here we go, last pack of the night. It'd be fun if we just got an extra auto thrown in there instead of, oh, look at that. That'll work though. Bo Nickel Fearless right off the bat. So I don't care if it's Prizm or not, which it's not, but hadn't seen any Bo Nickel in our first 3 boxes, and got one there. Got a Fearless and a base tonight. So Caitlin Chukagian, Matt the Steamroller Favola, Mario Bautista, another John Jones, Terrence McKinney, Amanda Lemos, Jake Matthews, Ilya Topuria, Conor McGregor, got a blue here, Chidi Njokuani, sticking with our rookie colors, and a hyper Alexander Volkov. So let's get these taken care of. Go back through our hits for the night. All right. So there's that stack. Let's go through these rookies that we hadn't had any of yet. Here we go. Hasbullah Magomedov. Hadn't gotten one yet. Finally got one. But then we got Bo Nickel, the Fearless. And we got a base Bo Nickel. And we got our first Jack Della Maddalena. We have a few Aaron Blanchfields. Got a few Tabitha Ricci's. So here we go. Let's go through these hits for tonight. So Chidi Njokuani, blue. Alexander Volkov, hyper. Matthew Simmelsberger, blue wave. Matt Schnell, silver. Daniel Cormier, fearless, silver. Mike Malott, ruby wave. Kaikar, France, silver. Pedro Munoz, hyper. Song Yadong, red. Jacker Manson, hyper. Rob Font, purple. Those numbered to 149. Tony Gravely, silver. One of our autos. Chris Gutierrez, red rookie auto. Numbered to 99. Here we go. Terrence McKinney, blue wave. Piero Rodriguez, silver. A lot of these are rookie, like we said. Pat Sabatini, rookie, hyper. Ignacio Bahamondes, rookie, blue. Number to 175. Jared Cannonier, ruby wave. Johnny Walker, purple. Those are numbered to 149. Randy Brown, rookie, silver. Here's our other auto for the night. Daniel Cormier, champion signatures. That's a base, so that's not numbered. Still a nice auto, DC. Gilbert Burns, ruby wave. Paul Craig, silver. Song Yadong, ruby wave. Jeremiah Wells, orange. That is number 10 of 99. Then we get into our retail hits. Chris Gutierrez, cracked ice, rookie. Green Silva, silver. Alexa Grasso, Cracked Ice, BJ Penn green. None of these are numbered, by the way. And there we go. We had another Ignacio Bahamondes Cracked Ice. So we got 2 colored cards of him tonight. Then a Shavkat Rakhmonov green. Can't do much worse. Or you couldn't do worse than that. I mean, you couldn't do better, much better than this. Let me get that straight. So at least you're going to get some of these unnumbered cards. At least make it count, and we did on that one. And a whole bunch of base cards up there. So that is our 4th hobby box of Prizm. And we've got 8 left. And so we're looking at the next 4 weeks. Let me look at it. We've got today's the 21st. So then we've got the show on the 28th next week. Then we've got June 4th. And then by June 11th, we may have the Donruss in. So we may be going through 2 more boxes of Prizm. That's right. Yep. 2 more boxes of Prizm, maybe. Maybe 3. Just depends on when that Donruss gets here. If we get it in, then we'll do a double show where we'll do Donruss and we'll do Prizm. Then we'll save up the Prizm for a little while. We'll go through the Donruss. We'll wait for the next product to come out, which last year was Select. Really a good product that Panini put out. People really enjoyed the Select, chasing the Octagon side and things like that. Then there's rumor that one of the products is going to drop off, and I don't know if that's Chronicles or if that's Optic. So we'll just have to see as the year goes along. But we're always going to order something so that we have a hobby box to open here on the show. You can go back and look at the beginning, see everything that we've hit. A lot of it's gone, but I still have a lot of it. And a lot of this 23 stuff I want to get up there and get out there. But I'd rather put it in your hands. The people who watch, I'd rather you have it than just putting it up on eBay. So if you saw anything you like, again, the email address for me is russ@orange-fire.com. And on social media, you can find me on Twitter @FightCardsRuss or @OrangeFireMedia. Also on Facebook, just my name, Russ Renault, Reneau, or Orange Fire Media. So we've got a Facebook page for both of those. You can send me a message if there's anything that you want that you saw on the show. We are here every Sunday, 9 o'clock Central. I haven't had a Sunday off yet. I'm sure one's coming with the summer, but we'll let you know plenty of time ahead of time when and if that happens. But right now we're going to be here. And again, if you want to be a friend of the show, and I can send you a card, one of these cards that has a QR code that goes directly to the YouTube link for anybody you come across that wants to subscribe. What I kind of envision that if you watch UFC fights somewhere other than your house, like if you go to Buffalo Wild Wings or if you go to Twin Peaks, someplace like that you can take these with you and see people who might be interested in the show, and you can just let them scan it and subscribe to the show and just kind of let them know what we're all about. People that are interested in the fights and maybe in the cards, or they just want to see people open these. But that's what we want to do, is just people who don't want to get into a break, don't want to pay money, trying to win the lottery, and you come up empty, or you get a silver and that's all you get. We want to be there for the people who want to see something open live and don't necessarily want to buy into it. You just want to see it and buy it, and that's really the whole point, is just coming on here and just seeing what you want to buy and taking it. So if you want some of those cards, just send me a message and I can send them out to you. And if you let me know who you collect, I'll include something in there, along with it. Just want to get the word out as much as we can. We're about halfway to our goal. Want to get to 100 quickly. We were at 49 last I looked tonight. And, like I said, if every one person finds somebody else to subscribe to the show, then we'll hit our goal here in the early part of this show. and we can start giving these cards away because, like I said, we've got 7 card giveaways, and when we hit 100 subscribers, then we'll give those 7 lots away to 7 different people. But you have to be subscribed to do that, and that is just for the people who subscribe. And I just want to say thanks, and so I want to give those away as quickly as we can. So I really appreciate everybody dropping in tonight. Another great show, another great box, and we just have a lot of fun doing this. And things will get rolling here pretty soon. Got some people helping me behind the scenes coming up here this summer, and so hoping to improve just everything on the show with graphics and audio. And maybe we'll get a few guests on here soon. I'm looking forward to that. It's been hard for me here early on, just kind of running everything by myself, but got some help on the way. And we'll kind of look to lining some people up and trying to get some other people on here to talk to me about the UFC and about these fights. And I'm looking forward to it. If you had any suggestions, just drop those in the chat. Like I said, you can subscribe here on YouTube. That would be preferable just for the card giveaways. But you can also find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else that you get your podcasts. You subscribe there too. But I really appreciate it, and I hope that you've enjoyed the show. I hope you come back next week, and hope you tell other people about it. But this is the UFC's Fight Cards podcast presented by Orange Fire Media, and I'm Russ Renault, and we will see you again next Sunday after we have a lull in the action for the UFC. So no event next week, but we'll be here, and we'll be previewing the next fight night from the Apex in Las Vegas on June 3rd, and a little bit of UFC 289 from Vancouver. So look forward to that next week. Another box of Prizm, another retail box as well. We've got a hobby and a retail box next week and the week after that, and we look forward to seeing you then. And we couldn't do this without you, and we thank you so much. Hope you have a great rest of your week, and thanks for stopping by tonight. And we will see you again next week right here on the UFC Fight Cards podcast.